Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and thanks for coming. What can I tell you? We cook food as well as we can, and we try our best to get it to you while it's hot. And we try to have that happen from people that can still keep a smile on their face. And that's basically what restaurants are. And the truth is, they're a lot more than that. But restaurants are probably the one industry where every customer knows how to do it better than the restaurant. And we're always up against that. It seems like a really intuitive thing, and it's actually very counterintuitive. I was told that I had 10 minutes to fill, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then somebody said, no, keep it down to 5. So I'm gonna try to keep it down to 3. And that is to tell you that for the first 9 years that we were here, I had a chef partner who was with me at my previous place called Uptown Billiards Club up in Northwest Portland, for anybody that old. And then we brought in a guy that took over last year, and he basically got here in 2 weeks and said, I need you to get out of my way. And so last year, I retired for 8 months. And the place changed dramatically, and the vibe changed dramatically. The food changed dramatically, prices changed dramatically. And in December of this year, I think we all started to understand that all that drama wasn't helping. And so I came back, I took it back over. Things are back to the vibe and the feel and the soul. Somebody used the word soul a few minutes ago. The soul of what it was. And everything is going, honestly, as well as it's ever gone. And so I don't know when all of you who raised your hands were here, but for those of you who passed judgment between March and December of last year, I ask that you come back and give us another try. And with that, I'm gonna end my 3 minutes. Are there any questions for me? I wouldn't expect there are. Yes?
What are the specialties of the house?
The specialties of the house, I can give you menu items. There's a Tavern burger. What it is different. There's a clam chowder dish. And you think, what could be special about clam chowder? But has anybody here ever had our clam chowder? You know what I'm talking about?
Dan has.
Okay. It is something where every time we take it off the menu seasonally, I get hate mail. And truly. And the thing about clam chowder, and this is kind of interesting for Lake Oswego, I think. If you look at Lake Oswego, you have places that are called French names with 2-hour waits. Ooh, I found it. There it is. You have places with 2-hour waits that have a French name in the restaurant and they serve American-ish food. And then you have a place like St. Jack that tries to open up with French food and it doesn't fly. And so it's hard to give Lake Oswego something it's comfortable with something it's gonna be thrilled with, et cetera, et cetera. And so our clam chowder, for example, is steamer clams on a stew of things that taste very clam chowdery. But when we called it something as bad as that, nobody would buy it. And the minute we called it clam chowder, everybody's like, I know clam chowder, I love clam chowder, I'm gonna order it. And then we serve it to them and they say, this isn't clam chowder. And then we're like, just take a bite. And they take a bite and they go, oh my God, how did you do this? This is the best clam chowder I've ever had. And so to answer the question, what are our specialties? We've learned in this town that you have to take things that people can wrap their head around, and they don't want to work up here to imagine what it is you're doing, and they don't want to eat parts, they don't want to eat things they know. And we try to put them together in the most artistic, fun, creative way that we know they're gonna love, but everything has a slight tweak to it. And so whether it's a burger, whether it's a chowder, whether it's a Niçoise salad, or whether it's a Caesar salad, we just twist things a little bit and try to make it more interesting than if you got a Caesar salad here from anywhere else on the street. Something has to differentiate you, and that's what we do. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes? What's my favorite thing on the menu? What time of day is it? Who am I with? What am I drinking? And what is the sun doing?
You're celebrating a good day. You have good news.
I have a 13-page wine list that goes into thousands of dollars. To answer that question, it's a good day. I'm with a friend, drinking a glass of rosé, eating probably a niçoise salad, or something with, I had to make with things that most people wouldn't eat. And because it's a good thing about owning a kitchen. You walk in and you're like, you know what? I want a salad, I want that, and I want that from over there, and let's try this. And so something creative and unfamiliar, a glass of $5 rosé, not that you can find one here, but I can. And sitting in the sun and smiling with people I enjoy.
Another round of applause for